means of actually being able to do a live stream on Facebook is pretty cool. So looking forward to how this turns out. For those of you guys who don't know, this is the Our Healing Choices program on Ring of Fire channel on Zillow. My name's Andrew. I've been doing this for over 2 years now. We're at week 121. This is a program where we all share what we know about a different bonus topic each week. And if there's anything we don't know about a particular topic and we just want to learn, we just jump on and listen and learn. So without further ado, we've got week, again, 121, Our Life Lessons Learned. Potential talking points, lessons learned versus life hacks. Are they essentially the same thing, or what? What are our life lessons learned about work or business, about money, about relationships or dating, about parenting, about vacations or travel, maybe about being or staying organized? Let's have it. What are your lessons, your key lessons that you've learned in your life? And this is, again, you guys, this is a chance for you to just go all out and brag and get egotistical on everybody's bleep, you know, because it's all good, okay? So the floor is yours when you have something to share that really works for you. What's up, Chad? How you doing, brother? I just started the program, Our Healing Choices. We're talking about our life lessons learned. So if you have something that really works for you in your life and you'd like to share, now is the time.
So I'll start. This one's pretty straightforward. Start when you're traveling internationally. Always have an extra pair of luggage in your carry-on and keep all your clothes in there that you're going to wear the next day. I've had luggage lost even on single connection flights, and makes the next day pretty crazy when you're scrambling trying to find clothes.
What's up, everyone?
Peter, how you doing, brother? How's your day going? Did you, I don't know when you jumped in, so are you aware of the topic and everything, what we're talking about tonight?
No, I just got in here a couple of seconds ago.
We're going to be sharing for the next 2 hours or so our life lessons learned, meaning anything you learned in your life that really helped you out, that you could pass on to others. This is where we get to brag a little bit about what works for us, or maybe a lot about what works for us. There's no limit to how much we can do this. Just simply mic up and share something that is making your life easier.
The life of making my life easier. I do apologise if I keyed over anyone. The people on Zello, Andrew, and the love and caring that you get and obviously the people around you.
I would definitely have to concur with that, man. That is for sure. This is one hell of a good family here in the Ring of Fire. So I'm with you there, brother. Yeah, guys, just as you think of stuff that works for you, just go ahead and mic up and share what's good with you, what works for you. Pretty good, Meek. I think that's what I saw there. How you doing, man? We're just talking about life lessons learned, man. Just miking up whenever we think of something that we'd like to share that works for us in our life. By the way, anyone who would like to be a part of the conversation who is untrusted, go ahead and click on the logo in the upper left corner to read the rules of the Ring of Fire and let us know that you've read them and you can abide by them. We'd love to trust you in and get you part of the conversation. All right, we got King Meek joining us. Welcome, brother. My name's Andrew. I'm from LA, Los Angeles. Welcome. Don't know if you've been to any other channels on Zello, but this is one of those diamonds in the rough, and I think you're gonna like it here. Actually, I know you're gonna like it here. So, welcome. Anybody else want to introduce yourself? Welcome, King Meek, to the channel.
Thank you. My name is King Meek. I'm from New Jersey. I'm 27 years old. And thank you for trusting me in the Ring of Fire.
Here's a good quote that I wrote down at some point. It's by a guy named Greg McKeown. He wrote a book called Essentialism, which I would highly recommend. He says, if you don't prioritize your life, someone else will. Here's another one I picked up along the way. Instead of thinking I have to, like I have to do this or I have to do that, even if it's something like, let's say, public speaking, which everybody hates, well, most everybody hates, some people like love it. Instead of saying I have to, say I get to. It changes your whole perception. And guys, just jump in. Anything that works well for you in your life. We're sharing our life lessons learned. If you come in late, that's what we're doing here for the next 2 hours. It's your time to shine. Just like I say, anything that works for you, don't hesitate to mic up. We're here for you, and you might brighten someone's day.
Well, my life is I'm going back to school. I have a full-time job. And I'm going on vacation on August 12th.
Hello, Ring of Fire. Keep on matter. I don't get it. But I guess because I'm on data, this one is different data. Yeah, hi everybody. Hi Andrew. I couldn't change the picture. They have the power down over here. They've been doing something. So no Wi-Fi. Well,
Cheryl, sorry if I cut you off. We can't hear you. Anybody else having the same issue with sound?
Only I can hear a little bit, but not a lot. I can hear a little bit, that's it.
Okay, Facebook peeps, if you can hear me, say aye. I think I might be able to see a message if you post it. I'm not certain of that on the live stream, but let me know if you can hear the sound okay. Just give me an okay or thumbs up. I can barely see the screen there. Just got you kicked up against a water bottle. So anyway, welcome everyone. Again, if you came in late, we're talking about our life lessons learned. For the next hour and a half, 2 hours, we're just going to be talking about all the things that work for us, our life hacks, lessons we've learned from our grandparents, just in life, from stumbling. You know, sometimes we learn from our hardship. Maybe most of the time we learn from that, hopefully, right? So we're sharing that tonight, so don't hesitate.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Here's one I learned from a good friend, who I would definitely call a brother at this point. Preston Smiles, you guys may he somewhere along the line he mentioned this, and it just stuck with me. He said, "I deserve all I receive."
That's good, man. I like that. That's pretty good.
So yeah, man, what's working in your life? What makes your life run smoothly? Or what aspect of your life runs smoothly, and why? Share that. If anybody has that and they can think of it, go ahead and share.
I've got one for you. My granddad always told me about. My granddad was a very tough man, and before he died, he always said to me, "One thing you should never do: date empty-handed, and never turn up on a date with an empty wallet." But one thing he always told me that always stuck, he goes, "Thomas, love and a relationship is like a game of chess. Without the queen, the king will fall. Without the king, the queen is useless." And he goes, "You have your close friends, they're your bishops. You have your outer circle, they're your knights. And you have your guardian friends, they're the rooks. But all the people that come and go in your life, and once you run into sacrifice, they're just pawns." He said, "Life is like a game of chess. People come, people go. But the ones that will always be by your side will be always on that back row."
Nice. Very nice.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. I learned a lot from my granddad. I mean, he taught me like how to be a gentleman. He taught me how to treat and respect women, and I learned so much from him. It's unbelievable. I mean, I used to sit there for hours and just listen to him tell stories about when he was in the Korean War, and just listen, like watch the way he was around my nan, how he respected and treated her. He wouldn't let her do anything. I mean, she was a healthy woman. He died of cancer. It was just suddenly, and but he wouldn't let her do anything. I mean, if she wanted to drink, she'd go to get up to do it. He'd be like, "No, Iris, stay. I can do it. I can do it." He wouldn't let her do anything. He treated her like the queen she deserved to be. I was like, yeah, that's what I want to be. I just looked at my granddad and I just smiled. I thought, that is what I want to be. I want to be him. He is my hero. And here's the quote from that I made. I said at his funeral, I goes, these days, a hero, you say what a hero is, you say the word hero and people think of Superman, Batman, someone with a cape, someone who can shoot lasers from their eyes, someone who can fly. I said, in my mind, a hero is just a normal person that you can look up to and respect. My heroes were my granddad and still is, even though he's passed, and John Cena, my favorite wrestler, for the simple reasons of one has done so much to make my life better and has made it better. The other has done so much to make so many people's lives and children's lives better. And I can look up to them both and learn from both of them. And these days, people just think a hero is an avenger. In my eyes, a hero doesn't have to have a cape or any power to be a hero.
Well, in that case, I know a lot of heroes. Well said, brother. Well said, man. Yeah, guys, don't hesitate to share. I know you all have some incredible awesomeness in you that you've learned in your life that keeps you going, man. Keeps you on your toes, keeps you happy, whatever it might be. I know you got it. Just this is the place to share. This is the time to share. No, rarely is anyone going to tell you share this info. Share what works for you. You know, some people may not even ask you something like this. So this is the time to really brag about what makes you you, what makes you shine. So you're comfortable and you're ready. Just go ahead and mic up. I found a quote here, inspirational meme, I guess they call them, infographic. This one says, your best teacher is your last mistake.
Hi. Sorry, my phone sounds terrible. I'm like 3 inches from the microphone. Does this help at all?
Yeah, you said okay. I like that. So my greatest teacher was my ex-girlfriend. Now, another thing, inspirational. Recently, a few weeks ago, I found out I had cancer, and today I was put on medication to help get rid of it. I have cancer in the throat, and I was coughing all the time. And today I've had the all clear. It's gone. But on medication, the doctors did everything they could to save me from having to have a box to talk with. And today they said, "You're all good. It's all clear." And I looked at the doctor. I said, "Really?" And they said, "Yeah, it's all good." And they showed me the scans on my throat. Nothing's there. It's all good. And I was like, it's inspirational. And one of the doctors said to me, an inspirational quote before I left. He goes to me, he goes, "Tom, as I see you, you should look bewildered and startled." I said, "Because I never get good news." He said, "Well, here's something for you. Good things come to those who wait. Bad things come to those who rush things. However long you wait, the longer you wait, the better it will be. The quicker you want it, the faster you rush it, it ain't gonna be worth it. I just sat there and I was thinking, what do you mean by that? And he goes, go fishing. He goes, would you rather go fishing and catch 100 fish, they're about dinky winky size, would you go there, sit there all day, be bored, you're about to pack up, and all of a sudden you whop out a 50, 60 pound carp? I said, I'd rather whip out a 60, 50 pound carp. He goes, exactly. Good things come to those who wait. Patience is a virtue gifted to only those who can withstand it.
First of all, kudos, man, for getting through that bout with cancer. One of the things I learned recently, and studied a lot about cancer, is that, you know, your body talks to you in your life. It's usually a whisper just trying to tell you that I've got a pain here, I've got a, you know, some kind of I don't know, an ache here that's maybe chronic or something like this. Usually it's just whispering to you, but the reality of it is that cancer is where your body is screaming at you to change. It's one thing for it to be a whisper and, you know, you kind of like, it's not that big a deal. You know, it's not pain, it's not painful, and you just kind of ignore it. But I just heard that the cancer is your body's way of telling you, yelling at you, saying you need to change. And so I'm assuming you made some pretty quick, heavy changes in the last, you know, few weeks. And I would bet that's one of the reasons why your cancer is gone. And it's probably why it'll continue to be gone, you know. So that's one of my life lessons learned is that listen to your body. It's telling you something. Listen to it. Think of it as like a child that's kind of pulling on your leg and requiring your attention. You know, maybe it's starving or something. All you need to do is be mindful of that and just give the child some food or give the child what it needs. So think of your body as that, as just it's just a child that needs your attention, and listen to it before it has to scream.
Hey, well, if no one's even going to acknowledge any questions I asked, then I won't be keying up. I'll just be listening, I guess. Sorry, my phone sounds like crap.
I can hear the last 2 seconds of what you just said. Oh, too funny. Welcome, Cheryl. Glad you're here, even though we can't hear you barely at all. Is anyone doing better than me? Can someone actually hear Cheryl? Anyway, welcome.
Okay, well, I keyed up earlier, and I'm pretty sure you guys heard me, but I don't know. I was blown off. Nobody answered my question. But since you guys can't hear me without me being like 3 inches from the mic and yelling, then I'll just be listening. By the way, Andrew, if people tell you their cat is purple and they're dancing on the roof, it doesn't mean they've read the rules, and you should trust them in. Oh my gosh, okay. My other phone is keying up, finally. All right, I restarted it. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
right now. Oh, I can at least. I can vouch only for myself. I can definitely hear you better now. And it looks like the generic Ring of Fire logo is up for Our Healing Choices. So it doesn't have a specific topic, and that's okay. Not crazy.
Yeah, I posted it in here. If anyone wants to put it on the channel, I can't right now. No service, electricity, thus no Wi-Fi. Thus crappy connections.
Looks like I can't add it on the PC, so it'll have to be what it is. Again, guys, if you've shown up late, we're in the 121st week of Our Healing Choices. The topic of the night is Our Life Lessons Learned. So we're simply just miking up and sharing with the world what works for us. What are our lessons that we've learned from our grandparents or whatever that we practice every day or whatever it might be. Share that. This is your place. This is your time to shine. This is your time to just kind of like brag a little bit about what makes your life work well, or the aspects of your life that work well. Hopefully it's all going good for you, but that's what we're sharing tonight. So we got another hour or so, possibly a little bit more, depending on how things go. We started a little late, so just feel free to open your mouth and share what works. We also call these kind of like life hacks. Maybe it's the same thing, maybe it's not, but pretty much.
I think it's different. Yeah, we did life hacks in here. That was pretty good. How to get bubble gum out of here. That comes to mind. Our life lessons learned. I think these are on a deeper level here. Here's a good question. Let's say you're going to write a guidebook. It could be for your new kid that's coming to the world, maybe. There is no guidebook, right? What would you put in there? Lessons that you've learned that would be invaluable to this person or people. What have you learned that they should know?
For me, it's always be kind. There was this quote that I just had up. Let me see. It says, "Be kind always. Everyone you meet is fighting a battle you know nothing about." And I look at this as like when I greet people, especially at restaurants and stuff, I'm always saying like, how are you? How's your day going? Because literally, there's this one Starbucks that I went to where the lady said, no, it wasn't Starbucks. It was like a pizza place where they make those pizzas for you. And she said, this was later in her shift, I think she said, it's like, I've been here for like 5 hours and not one person has asked me that. And I was like, whoa, sorry, And so you don't know, but those little things can actually make a big difference, for someone's day, possibly someone's week. You don't know how far that ripple is going to go.
All right, here's one from me. There's another good one. Don't loan money to friends. Call it a gift if you want them to have any money from you. Don't expect it back.
This is one that I should have learned sooner. I would have loved to have learned this sooner. And I think I learned this after high school at some point. And I found a quote about it and wrote a little bit about it. I tend to save this stuff. So this quote was, "A flower doesn't compare itself to the next flower. It just blooms." And don't compare yourself to anyone. No one on the planet will ever be able to hold a candle to the unique wonder that is you.
Oh, well, mine pales in comparison. Leggings are not pants. Remember that, people.
Nice. Thanks for that. For sure. As if I really needed to know. All right, guys, life lessons, life hacks. If you have something that works in your life, go ahead and share. This is the time, this is the place.
Use cold water to get blood out of clothes.
See what happens when you say life hacks, Andrew? You get stain fighting tips. All right, don't forget the all-important lesson. You don't always get everything you want in life. That's all there is to it.
If you don't know what to do, just keep choosing love. Sorry, that was one of these slides that just came up on my screen. I got this background on my computer that is, it's just like a slide background. It's like a custom feature on Windows operating system, Windows 7. So it just was one that came up I had. Yeah.
Here's another tip. Avoid people who say they don't like animals, they don't like pets, or people that don't like children.
Here's one. Have no or lower expectations of others. I'll see what I mean by that. It's great to have expectations of yourself, but lowering or totally eliminating your expectations of others is a good thing. Communicate your expectations of others so they have a chance to compromise, else forever be disappointed and suffer when they let you down. So the fingers are pointing back at you. Yourself. Remember to forgive yourself if you don't achieve them. Expectations equals suffering. Life is change. In life, there's no absolute control. To have too many expectations of people and things that are susceptible to change is borderline insanity.
Yes. All right, here's a good one. Share your admiration of others. without reservation. I've got a quote from Nelson Mandela. Thinking too well of people often allows them to be better than they otherwise would be. All right, you guys are awesome.
Good evening, Ring of Fire. And there's the Cheryl Z. What it do, lady?
No, this is sincerity.
Yeah, Serenity, whatever, Cheryl. How you doing? Sorry I haven't been up here much. Busy, hiding away.
Hello, Frank. How you doing, brother? Welcome to the party. If you call it that. We're just kind of in the middle of a program, Our Healing Choices. We'd love to have your input if you feel up to it. We're talking about life lessons learned. What we learned in our life, what we learned from our grandparents, what we learned from our parents, what we learned from our hard knocks, all that stuff, all that good stuff. So, yeah, feel free to share if you have something.
One more I know. I never go sideways to females. The only thing I do is protect them when I have to.
All right, I've pulled out a pretty good little book. I'm going to pull out some little tidbits here. Here's one. If you want to be good at something, join the community of people that do it. Expose yourself to the language of that interest or craft, read the writings, participate in the rituals, and befriend others who do it well. Everyone is an outsider at first, but you must delve into it. You will never excel if you can't commit to the community that exists around your work. Now, that's better than leggings aren't pants, right? And ask questions. That is how you engage with the people and the world around you.
Hey guys, I forgot to mention, this is the night. This is one of those nights, and I almost forgot. This is one of those nights to break out the pen and paper and take some notes, because we got a lot of cool people that stumble in on this program each week, and you will hear some amazing bits of advice. I'm just saying. So if you have something to write with, break it out. It'll be worth it. By the way, guys, we are in the middle of the program, Our Healing Choices. Topic of the week is Our Life Lessons Learned. We're simply just miking up whenever we have something to share that is something that works in our life that someone else might be able to benefit from, straight up. So feel free to jump on the mic whenever you feel like it.
All right, here's a tip, a life lesson. Cut your losses. You will make some bad investments, financial and emotional. It's the reality of taking chances. They won't all pay off. Try not to hang on longer than necessary. Make space in your life for the next possibility.
That reminds me of this theory called sunk cost bias. And it's this idea where, like, you get into something, you put a lot of time, you put a lot of money into it, and you're like, it's not working well. You figure, hey, if I just throw a little bit more time and a little bit more money into it, it'll work out. You got to just check in, you got to check in and be like, look, is it working or not? And cut your losses, cut the bait, cut the chain that's dragging. The chances of something that isn't working now working out down the road is fairly slim. And it's not like throwing more money or time at it or love necessarily is going to make it better. So just be mindful, check in, and sometimes you just got to cut your losses. So that was a good one.
Yep. All right, here's one. One margarita is delicious. Two margaritas is a headache.
That reminds me of those, I forget what they're called, but it's just like a funny, like 50s infographic, like inspirational memes that are like just funny about, 50s people from the 50s, talking funny smack. All right, I read this in a book. It was Rich Dad, Poor Dad. If any of you guys have actually read that. It was one of my first bouts with the idea of entrepreneurism and stuff like this. And one of the things that I more recently wrote down that I should have written down a long time ago was this idea of, we say, I can't, I can't this, I can't that. That's like sometimes either it's a verbal or like just a mental dialogue. I can't do that, I can't. But instead, cross that shit out in your mind and put, how can I? How can I? Sometimes we shoot ourselves in the foot before we really explore all the options, And so how can I do X, Y, Z, So anyway, it's something to think about.
All right, here's a lesson. Be assertive. People who don't learn to assert themselves are left to stew on their frustrations, and they tend to find indirect ways to express these resentments. The frustrations manifest themselves as stubbornness, procrastination, a sense of victimization, and general pessimism. If you don't learn to assert yourself, you may become so mired in resentment that you'll never find any satisfaction. By the way, this book is called Prudent Advice, Lessons for My Baby Daughter, a life list for every woman. And this was written by a woman who was a former marketing executive, and she wrote this while she was pregnant for her baby girl. But there's lessons in here that are good for not just women, but men too. Some are like specifically or a little more geared towards women or girls, but there's definitely good lessons in here for everyone. And I believe there's about 500, let me see, 495, 490, yeah, 500 little lessons in here. Some of them are a little silly, like here's number 452. The whole earth is moving and you're standing still. Isn't it amazing?
You gotta have a funny one in there to break up the monotony, right? Here, how about Any thoughts on lessons learned about work or business? What have you learned in those environments that you could pass on?
All right. Reinforce the positives. Emphasize the obvious and expose the obscure. Say out loud what is good and right in the world. Be a source of joy. There's a trick to being happy when you're not. Whatever negativity you are experiencing, be the opposite. If you feel frustrated, act patient. If you feel reserved, act boisterous. If you feel detached, act connected. You'll find the challenge alone is enough to distract you from your pain. But more important, the change in your behavior will change your state of mind. It is true, it can happen.
It reminds me of this whole idea of faking it till you make it. Fake happy till you're really happy, you know. Fake success until you're really successful. Fake excitement until you're actually excited. So yeah, I feel you. Very, very important. It's that whole, another idea of like, be it as if it's already happened. You know, if that means happy, be happy as if it's already happened. You know, whatever it might be. So yeah, pretty cool. What about money? Anybody have any lessons learned from your parents or your grandparents or anybody, or just books about money that you could pass on? We're sharing life lessons learned tonight. So yeah, when you feel the urge to mic the mic and the floor is yours.
Here's one. Well, it involves money, but it's not so much about money. The person who asked for the date is generally expected to foot the bill, but you should always offer to contribute. All right, cultivate a genuine enthusiasm for the minutiae of other people's lives. This is how to be a good friend.
That's a good one. Goes along with just being a good listener. I should say caring enough to be a good listener. Caring enough about something outside of yourself.
Yeah. Here's a good one. I mean, this probably isn't a lesson for most of us, but I've seen people who, you know, they maybe had a rough childhood, and then they're in their adulthood. And you know, as a child, you don't have a lot of control. As an adult, you do. And if you had a rough childhood, it might make it harder to, you know, create the world you want as an adult. You know, just a slower start, but ultimately you're in control. And I've seen people just sit there and blame others for who they are, rather than getting off their duff. Excuses for laziness. So here we go. You will never become who you want to be if you blame others for who you are. You can spend some time blaming me, and maybe I am responsible, but regardless, sooner or later, you must claim ownership of yourself.
All right, people, I am here. I'm sorry I'm late, Andrew, but I'm ready to contribute.
Yeah, we know what you were doing. Well, I do. Well, I know you were on busy and then you were playing in another channel. Oh, traitor.
Blasphemous. Ooh. Yep.
Yep. All right. Well, I got the picture to you, hon. Oh, here's a good one. Oh gosh, people should know this one. Telling people to relax will make them do the opposite. Yeah, not a good idea. That's like the opposite of saying I understand. Yeah, it really invalidates their feelings and what they're saying. And talk about a slap in the face. Relax. Oh, chill out. Whatever. Things like that. Don't say it. It's gonna make it worse. Ah, here's a good tip. Groom your toes before wearing open-toed shoes. It's thoughtful to others who have to see your feet. Remember, get your pedicures in the summertime. I know. Some are more meaningful, some are a little more lighthearted, silly. So Cody, thank you so much for changing that picture. Yay. So do you have any tips, some lessons in life that you've learned that you'd like to share?
Never pee upwind.
Don't sneeze in the punch bowl.
God, if somebody sneezes in the bowl, they might get throat punched.
I'm gonna try to remember that one, that never pee upwind. I've been having trouble with that. I've been really having trouble with that. I tend to pee just wherever it's windy and don't think too much for the direction. So thanks, Cody. Appreciate that, man. I'm totally good now. Thank you.
All right, here's a tip. Rather than Prozac or antidepressants, opt for a cat.
I feel you on that one for sure. I think cats and pets, so good, so good.
Yeah. Probably never know which ones I'm coming off the top of my head and which ones I'm reading. Yeah, the punch bowl, that one, or mine. But yeah, a cat or some pet. But cats really are just the best little stress busters.
By the way, guys, we are in week 121 of Our Healing Choices. We're talking about our life lessons learned. So if you have something, feel free to share. We're here for you, and we might learn something.
Yes, think outside the box.
Oh, true that. Box is a horrible place to be. It's stagnant inside the box. No life.
The best use of creativity. No, wait, I got that wrong. The best use of imagination is creativity. The worst use is anxiety.
Stay creative, people! Woohoo! Woo-hoo.
All right, don't lie except to comfort people. Let's see, I'm trying to think of one. I guess it would be like, it's going to be okay, even if you're not sure it is, or you know it won't be okay. Then again, some people don't want to hear that when it's not okay, and they're pretty sure it's not going to be okay.
What? No, you don't have cancer.
Oh, yeah. If you have kids, yeah. Different story. All right. Return your shopping cart. Abandoning your shopping cart in the middle of the parking lot implies a sense of entitlement. Someone has to put it away. That someone should be you.
I've been waiting for someone to say that. Totally. Kidding. Good one.
Yeah, don't put your shopping cart in the middle of a handicapped parking space or anywhere in a handicapped parking space. I've seen it. It's frustrating to those who are disabled. All right, there's no need to give disclaimers. When you present your work, a research paper, a painting, a song, etc., don't be tempted to qualify it beforehand with a verbal laundry list of possible flaws. Learn to fight off that natural insecurity and present your work for what it is. Let it be judged on its own merit at face value, then critique it afterward with feedback from the group. Here's another tip. If anyone would like to be trusted so they can talk in the open channel and Ring of Fire, we'd like you to read the rules first and let us know that you can follow them. Rules can be found by clicking on the picture below the Z. Remember, if you're on an iOS, they will not display, so ask us to post a screenshot of those rules instead. Yep. And the rules are not no nudies, no cursing, and no fighting, so don't tell us that. Andrew?
I feel like I did something wrong and I don't even know what it is, but that's okay because I've probably done that before. Sorry, I'll just apologize just to apologize.
Okay, let me explain. You let a guy in here earlier, King Meek. I'm not sure if he read the rules, but he recited some rules that aren't on our list. I mean, they're fine rules, I suppose, but they're not our rules. It was no nudies or no nudie pics, no cursing, and no fighting. And you're like, okay, welcome to Ring of Fire.
No nudies, no cursing, no fighting.
I think Anne taken away.
That was it. All right, I just trusted in someone else. I do believe he's read the rules. Oh, wow. I was just about to call him douchebag. Well, first I thought it said Douglas. Welcome, Douglas. Never mind. It's JVW. We'll let him introduce himself. Hey, that's what it says on his profile. Welcome, I'm Serenity.
Thank you. Didn't mean to cut you off. It's JVWSS, Douchebag Squad, Soldier Squad. What's up? What's good? Waving hand at everybody in the box. Most friendly person in the Ville. What's up, people?
Hey, Miss Serenity, what's the topic tonight, may I ask?
The topic of tonight, let me see. Let me make a good one. What is y'all's opinion? This is not racist, so nobody feel offended. What is y'all's opinion against the Black Lives Matter people? Can I get a conversation going over this topic?
Well, maybe we can share on that topic later. We're doing a program tonight, and our topic tonight is our life lessons learned. So I don't think that really falls into that. All right, here's a lesson. Take only what you need. When things are free, it's easy to overindulge. If you take 10 bananas because the bananas are free, you'll likely end up with 8 rotten bananas covered in flies while another person is left tragically bananaless. Take what you're going to use and leave the rest for someone else. You don't want anyone to be tragically bananaless.
Okay, life lesson learned. Do not walk on a narrow balance beam between 2 roofs. When you slip, it hurts.
And don't step on a crack. You may break your mother's back.
I think that's an old wives' tale.
Life lesson learned. Huh. Let me see. Never jump off a 60-foot cliff into a cannonball. No, sir. Your nuts will hurt for fucking weeks.
Man who stand on pot is high on pot.
Really? Man who go to bed with itchy butt, wake up with smelly finger.
Touche. Good one, Serenity.
I tell y'all their dirty joke. A white horse fell in a mud puddle.
I'll tell you a clean one. He took a bath.
Ooh, can I tell a gay joke?
Depends, is it happy or not?
That's for open mic night. Okay, don't forget to wear your seatbelt.
No offense, man. Everybody here's cool. I got a room. I don't promote nothing to nobody, but y'all are more welcome to join it. Yeah, I don't pretty much have no rules. People can take up for themselves, and yeah. Unless you're disrespecting women, then you get bounced the fuck out. That's the only rule I really care for. No going sideways on women.
All right. Well, we have a rule in here not to use an F-bomb.
My bad. To hear nothing you said. You went blank.
One of the rules in the Ring of Fire here is you cannot use the F-bomb or the N-word.
Okay, so can I say fudge or fudge pop or fanoofin or something like that? And the N-word? No, don't drop the N-word, man. I ain't racist. I watch them.
Use falafel. Shut the falafel up.
Shut the front door. Yes, euphemisms are encouraged. Fudge, frack, frickin', friggin'.
Fruitcake.
Roommate, I was talking too much, and he said, "Shut." And I said, "Shut the what?" And he's like, "Shut the F up." I'm like, right. Oh, I got schooled, basically.
Man, falafel this shit, man. What about these falafel towelhead mother falafels?
No, we're not racist in here. Towelheads have a place in this world, too. All right, here's one. Be where you are. Try not to think about where you need to go next or where you just came from. This is more difficult than it sounds, but work at it. It's important for your head to be present in the place where your body is. In other words, I'm sure you guys have heard this one, live in the moment.
The worst thing you can do, I was thinking about what you just said, the worst thing you can do is be somewhere physically and be thinking about being somewhere else. If that's the case, get the falafel out of there and be the somewhere else, if you can, of course. If you can't, then suck it up.
I have days where I hate my job. There's a whole town in this little world too. And last Sunday when my Titans lost.
Let's save that for open mic night, please. But anyway, yeah, I've been in my brain. I've been trying to be in Washington State, up in Abston area, but my body's at the senior center here in Burns, Oregon, catching Pokemon.
Pokemon, all right. Yeah, I saw some kids wandering around playing Pokemon today, and they were bumping into each other. Sad sight to see. Anyway, unless you're playing a game, there's no point in keeping score. Running a tally of who gets what in life will only frustrate and annoy everyone else. Frustrate you and annoy everyone else. It serves no purpose. The way life's benefits and hindrances are doled out will never make any sense.
I got ice cream today. Ha ha.
Well, appreciate the trust in y'all. If y'all want to holler at me, just hit me on a solo and I will come holler back. Your boy JV out. Soldier Squad. Yes, sir.
Okie dokie. Come back and join us anytime. Always fun and interesting conversations to be had here. Ice cream, yeah, good topic. When life gives you lemons, eat ice cream.
Burn, burn, burn in the ring of fire. And no, if life gives you ice cream, you make fruit punch.
Punch! Free Mike! Sorry.
If life gives you ice cream, wow. Party on. Celebrate. Make a cocktail. All right, here's a good one for Zelonians. Talk to strangers. Teaching you to fear strangers would be cynical. The generosity of unknown people will ease your burden on many occasions. Instead, I want you to learn to gauge people's intentions by listening to your gut instincts and recognizing subtle cues. Confidence in this skill will allow you to avoid the aberrant persons you encounter and embrace something much more common, the kindness of strangers.
And I approve that message.
I have trouble gauging strangers. I think everybody's generally nice, even the ones who have done me wrong several times. I generally thought they were nice. So I have a hard time with that one. But anyway, Miss Serenity, when life gives you lemons, freeze them so you can throw them as hard as you can at the back of the heads of those who annoy you.
Wow. All right, here's one. When you're driving and someone lets you into their lane, thank them with a hand wave. This message has been brought to you by Ring of Fire, where hospitality and respect are paramount. So yeah, good tip. If anyone would like to be trusted into this fine channel, please check out the channel rules first. Let us know that you can follow them. We'll be happy to welcome you into the fold.
And if someone swerves into the lane in front of you, thank them by sticking your hand out the window and sticking up your middle finger.
For those of you guys who showed up late to the program, we're rounding out the, I don't know, halfway, three-quarter way in this program. Week 121, Our Healing Choices, Life Lessons Learned. So if you have anything to share, spit it. Or maybe don't spit it, just speak it. It's probably better that way.
Yes, thank you, Taffy. Don't forget to extend a finger of gratitude.
While crossing the street, if somebody is nice enough to stop for you so you can, thank them by a simple nod of the head and hurry your butt across. They have lives too, and their time is just as valuable.
Lefty loosey, righty tighty.
That's usually the case. I broke something because it was righty loosey, lefty tighty.
All right, let's think about this, people. Life lessons learned. There's more that we know than we're thinking right now. I'm sure of it. Take a moment, check in. You guys got some huge awesomeness that you've learned in your life that makes your life incredible. And we're just sharing that tonight. This is a time to brag. You have my permission. Not that you needed it. You have my permission to brag about what works for you.
If you're ever, for example, going up a tree with a chainsaw or doing something dangerous, tell someone.
Nice. That seems, yeah, of course you want to do that. Nice. Thanks, Kimberly, for the share.
I got one from personal experience. If you use a ladder to go up on the roof in the middle of winter to clean off the snow on the roof, make sure someone knows you're up on the roof so that they don't take the ladder away.
Oh yeah, that does suck. Hopefully you have a cell phone. Call somebody. I need a ladder. They'd be like, that's code for what? All right, be sure to question authority, politely but firmly. Question authority. Or those who present themselves as authority as well. They just may not be an authority. There was a study done one time, and there was this town, there was only one road that led into it. And so they set up all these roadblocks for the way into town, and people would drive up and they would say, sorry, the town is closed. People would turn around. Almost nobody would say anything. They wouldn't question it, but my home is there and this is the only way in. They would just blindly accept it, that they're an authority, and turn around and go.
Life lesson learned. Always put the rake tongs down.
Do not litter.
No matter who tries to teach you life lessons, you'll never understand it unless you go through it.
Also, life lesson learned. Never grab the bull by the horns.
Grab it by the tail, right? All right, here's one. Compliment people. I don't mean you should flatter indiscriminately, but rather that you should express appreciation when it strikes you. Your father is a master of the genuine compliment because he is an observer. He will notice the unique things about someone, and then he'll simply tell him or her how much he likes it. He'll compliment the security guard on how pretty her bracelet is, and I'll watch her face light up. With his example, I'm sure this will come naturally to you.
Before you remember, there are more fingers pointing back at you. You are the common denominator in everything that happens, every situation in your life. If things are not going right, it's more than likely something you either are or are not allowing, just as if everything is going right.
Life lesson learned. When it's time for a new bed, you need to buy a new bed. Otherwise, you sleep with your butt on the floor and your arms and legs splayed out on the bed.
Now that would suck.
True that it would.
That's what I'm going through right now. My futon bed is completely shot in the middle, so I literally I'm sleeping with my butt on the floor and my arms and legs splayed out on the bed. But I'm currently working to try to get a bit more cash so I can get a decent bed.
You should check out Craigslist. Yeah, they might have some mattresses there that you can negotiate and stuff. So I don't know.
Oh no, by the end of the week I'll have enough to get me a nice encased coil memory foam, extra long twin new. I don't shop for beds on Craigslist. Too sketchy because of bed bugs and everything.
Oh my gosh, how funny. This book, for those who were paying attention, this book with 500 lessons, one of them actually is righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. This handy mnemonic applies to any object that screws. But it's not true. I broke this thing because it's screwed the wrong way.
That's what bleach is for. You spray it on the mattress and it kills the germs right away.
Oh man. I'm like picturing little numbered placards next to the stains. Then photographed and left in a police file.
Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey is most often true, but there are those times when you break yourself trying to do it because it's not true.
It's true. That's probably the only thing that I've encountered that does not apply to. All right, have a firm handshake. This advice isn't just for boys. No reason to be limp-wristed just because you're female.
Hang on, I'm distracted. Hang on, what was I going to say to you? Whatever you didn't know. Okay, life lesson learned, never get both your ears pierced in the cartilage, like, in one sitting, because there's no way you're going to be sleeping that night.
Good advice.
Lesson learned. Peanut oil is flammable.
Really? Wow. All right, while washing nice dishes and glasses, put a towel in the sink. That way, if you drop one, it won't shatter. Your grandmother has nice china that may be yours one day, so take her advice.
Okay. I am going to refrain from reading off life lessons from the internet. And I would encourage you guys to just straight up come up with stuff that is you, that is all you, your life lessons learned. This is our life lessons learned, not others' life lessons learned. So let's try to stick to the program. We got to dig deep. We may have to dig deep. That's okay. It could be simple. It could be learning the hard way like some of you have. But it's all good. As messy as this could get, it's all good.
You can't prove that we look this stuff up on the internet. There's no way.
I was wondering when it would come down to this, Andrew. The book is closed. And I'm not looking on the internet.
Never soak wooden paintbrushes because wood will absorb the water and it'll crack the paint and it gets waterlogged and it's just not cool and they'll break and it's just not fun.
Good to know. Wow, bundle of lessons here, Kimberly.
Okay, this one is true, sad, and funny, and it got me $100. But life lesson learned: never wear a dog shock collar, out in the rain and try to talk. It does not work. Even for $100, it's not worth it.
All right, this one's based on my experience. Listen to your gut instincts. Yep, your intuition. Pay attention to that.
I would add to that, get into a place where you could hear that, because the intuition speaks soft. It's powerful, but it speaks soft. So yeah, like don't listen to rock and roll music loud in your bedroom or anywhere thinking that you're going to hear your intuition. It's going to be hard. You feel me? Nature, whatever it might be. A road trip, whatever works for you.
Relapse is part of recovery.
Learn from your mistakes. Don't miss that opportunity.
Don't run from dogs.
All right. Carry with you wet naps, dental floss, and mints, and matches. You never know when you might need them. And fingernail clippers.
Why matches?
Because you got to have your toes and fingernails clean, right? What was that thing you mentioned before? Of course.
Always use Simply Peel when you paint your fingernails or water marble your fingernails.
Always pee after sex.
Oh, God. It's not a wives' tale. What's the point of that? Is this your own experience?
Well, there's actually scientific stuff to back this up. It like helps flush out any of the bacteria that could have been deposited into the vagina.
Actually, nice try, Cody. No, quite right. No, it clears out the anything that's gotten stuck in the urethra, and it prevents urinary tract infections.
Ugh. Well, what if the intercourse wasn't vaginal? Okay, never mind. We don't want to go there.
Oh, well, I could write a book. Anyway, oh God, what was it? Never buff your nails. It takes away layers of your nail, and it makes them easily prone to chipping and breaking.
When driving through an intersection, take your foot off the gas and put it on the brake. Don't push the brake. Look at oncoming traffic crossing you on the left first, then the right second, because that's the order that there will be cars coming through that intersection. And you will have your foot on the brake already. So yes, if you can get in the habit, that might save your life.
On a full moon, write your hopes and goals on a piece of paper, bury it 6 inches deep under a tree, and walk around the tree 3 times. Wow. Let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Yes. Each time you go around the tree. Wait, no, never mind.
LMAO. On the ground. Rolling.
ROFL.
Hairspray can set drawings, like it sets the what's it called? What is it? A graphite. It sets the graphite. Sets the graphite so it doesn't rub off and get all smushy and smushy. No, that's not a word. Smudge. Thank you. Where'd everybody go?
We're all stumped. Is it possible? Is it really possible that we're all stumped? Okay.
They're thinking hard how to respond, you, Kim.
Yeah, all right. Here's a good tip for you all. Always wear footwear that is appropriate to the occasion. All right. Don't be wearing flip-flops to a wedding. Don't be wearing high heels to go hiking, etc.
High heels hiking. That would be a funny thing to watch. Sorry. That. Oh man, you need like an ER person with you just in case, you know.
Okay, since you think it would be funny, you go ahead and do this challenge. You have 24 hours to complete it.
Excuse me, what?
Matt figured since I thought that was funny, I should wear high heels hiking and do it in 24 hours or something. And hell no. Sorry, just had to voice my opinion on that challenge. Ain't gonna happen. Nope. But hey, anyone else who wants to try, we've got Facebook live stream now. By all means, jump on board.
I was kidding. I was joking.
When you've just taken a cake out of the oven, drop it like like drop it. Just gently like tap it or drop it, and it will like it won't sink. It won't do the concaving thing that cakes usually do when they rise. You just drop it, and it will just kind of settle. And yeah.
So you did that afterwards. I've never heard that one. I always, with a pro baking tip, slam your tray down with the cake batter to even it out so you get an even cake. And if you're using a convection oven, it pretty much ensures that one side won't be higher than the other because it takes more time to move more of the batter over.
Cody, your baby needs you. Feed him.
It's a her, and it's my sister's baby. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel bad. She's been crying since last night my time.
When mixing batter, always start with the dry and end with the dry. So like if you've got a cup of milk and you've got your dry batter, you put the dry in, put the milk in, then put the dry in, and then you've got to fold it. And now I'm being fold the liquid, otherwise the cake will be tough and yucky, and you don't want that.
Never overmix. If you overmix, there will be too much air in your cake and it will deflate and become very dense.
Wake up in gratitude. Think of all the things that you're grateful for and maybe even send some love to somebody who deserves it. At least one. Seems to always work. Give yourself some time for this. Don't go back to sleep. Yeah, sometimes I just end up going back to sleep. But yes, at least try it. It's really good. It's helpful. For shizzle.
Oh, here's a really, 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 really good life lesson Beauty has. There is something called Easy Peel Off. It's Easy Peel Top Coat. It's different than Simply Peel, which you put around your finger. on your fingernail, and you peel off the excess nail polish. But peel off top coat. You just simply take a cuticle pusher or whatever you call it, and just peel off the excess. It just comes off like a fingernail.
Well, that's good to know. But the last time I tried to pull out my fingernail, it hurt. It really hurt.
Well, you don't have to use any acetane to get off fingernail polish when you use it.
If you get stabbed by something, for example, don't tickle my feet. For example, if you if you get a stick to the neck or stabbed by a pole, I don't know, these things happen. Don't take it out. You gotta leave it in there and go to an emergency place.
Good to know. That just saved somebody's life. Oh, that's too funny.
Okay, well, a medical tip. If you have a burn, put nothing else on it, nothing except either cold water or aloe vera. Don't even use generic aloe vera, because a machine and chemicals can't replicate exactly what Mother Nature can. Don't use mustard. Don't use any type of coconut oil, because that's an oil, and it's gonna trap in the heat. You need the heat to be pulled out.
If you have a wrinkled shirt, it's out of the dryer, it's wrinkled. You don't have to put it back in the dryer. You can simply wear it and spray, like with the spray bottle, just spray yourself and then stretch the shirt down. Pretty much takes care of the wrinkles. It's a trick. I don't know if it was my grandma. Probably my grandma mentioned that. And then my mom passed it on. Works every time.
Yeah, but then you'd have a wet shirt.
It wouldn't be wet. It would be moist. If you have a job interview, don't put on a lot of cologne or perfume. Do not go heavy on the makeup. This will make you look cheap, and it will also make you unpleasant to be around, and they will not hire you.
A car, buy cross-drilled, aka ventilated front disc brakes. 70% of your braking power is on the front of your. It'll possibly save your life. And if you have anti-lock brakes, it'll even more likely save your life, or shoot you through the windshield if you don't have your seatbelt on, because it's that good. But anyway, it's worth the extra couple $100 when you first get a car, whether it's used or new.
Oh, here's a good life lesson. If you are making cakes in a jar and you take the jars out of the oven and take them directly out of the water bath and sit them on the oven, they are likely to explode.
By the way, Hedyani, waving at you. Hi. Good you're here. Thanks everybody for showing up. You guys are awesome. You We're on a roll. We're doing it. We're really doing it, Larry.
Hi, Andrew. Oh my God, this is failed. I'm sorry. Lately, I've been overslept. But yeah, I'm glad I made it to your program, even though not so much for me. But thank you, though, Andrew.
I'm going to mention one that you guys seem to have failed to to mention. You guys, very important one. Don't worry, be happy.
Right, right. It's just like I just remember that when people say that if life gives you lemon, for me, I should make lemonade and try to find somebody whose life has give some vodka and have it a party.
I got one. Surround yourself with people you admire and run from those you don't.
Um, uh, Never key up and forget what you're going to say.
That's a good one, Cody. Hi, David.
Hello, Andrew. Nice show.
I concur, David. And Cody, we all do it. You're good.
Oh, here's one. If you're in lack of eggs in a cake recipe, use mayo.
That sounds disgusting, but I'm guessing it's really good.
Oh, what about the vinegar? Ugh.
I don't typically like to use vinegar. You can also use soda, a can of soda.
No, I meant the vinegar in the mayonnaise. Oh, at least mine does.
Oh, see, I don't get really vinegary mayonnaise.
Well, now that David's here, it could be quite easy to get carried away with its baking and cooking tips. Yeah, not sure. Don't think that's what Andrew had intended with life lessons.
I'm sorry, I hear about food. I apologize. I didn't mean to drag it out of him.
Oh, there were already some cooking and baking tips going on before you got here.
Oh, another beauty hack. When you get your face on, spray a setting spray. Well, the drag queens call it baking it in, and your makeup will last at least 12 more hours. Yes.
Yeah. You know what I do is, well, I've been using normally on my eyelids before I put on eyeshadow, I'll put on a little foundation. But I've been adding a little bit of primer in with it now. But after I put on the eyeshadow, I found if I dust with a small brush a little powder over it, even over the eyeliner, it'll help keep it from creasing and the eyeliner smudging onto the upper lid.
Oh yeah, that's great. Yeah, baking it in, you spray it and then dab it. Oh, that which brings another one. Never rub your foundation in. You dab. You lightly dab. Disperse it evenly.
Hey, double keyer. Okay, get it. Throw out that can of shaving cream and get yourself some Williams shaving soap and a mug and a shaving brush, and you'll have all you need forever. It's wonderful. It does much better job. Lifts the hair.
Oh crap! I didn't mean to cut you off. Darn double keying dabbers.
It's okay. It works on the legs too, Cheryl. Yep. Shaving brushes lift the hair and put the shaving lather underneath the hair, so it's easier to cut off. Where shaving cream, you kind of rub on with your hands and press them down against the skin. Works much better.
I did this belly dancing costume many years ago, and so of course the belly was exposed, and I like drew on this two-colored tattoo that went down the center of my abdomen and then around my navel. Quite ornate. I used eyeliner, and then I dusted powder over it to like hold it in so it wouldn't smudge from being touched or from sweat and movement. And it stayed like all night perfectly. And many people were actually convinced that it was a tattoo. They really thought it was a tattoo. But yeah, that was a good tip to hold it on there.
If you break your neck below C5, you're alive. But anything above that, like anything less, like for example C4, C2, C1, you're dead.
You're alive but paralyzed, right?
Highly likely. Highly likely, yeah.
Never climb up and cut a tree unless the harness is reliable.
Shut up, Cody. I already did that one. I already told people not to go up a tree with a chainsaw without telling anyone. Ha! I beat you to it.
Close enough, right?
Oh, here's one. If you don't want to have to deal with earthworms, gummy worms are a viable substitute while fishing.
Get out into nature at least once a month or so. Do something that connects you to nature, or else we would go batshit crazy. We don't want to do that. Nobody go batshit crazy. Please. I've seen it. It's not cool.
That's good for your eyesight too, Andrew. Staying indoors is probably the worst thing you could do.
If you're having a hard time sleeping, go out, go camping for at least a week. 7 days, I think, is long enough to reset your biological clock, and you'll be able to synchronize with the sunrise and sunset.
When I can't sleep, I go to the Ritz.
Here's a good one. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all.
If you encounter a bear or any large animal that could kill you, make like an alien and scare the shit out of it, because it doesn't like that. No other animal on the planet is going to act like an alien, walk or take a step towards it. It's not used to that. It will run, or it should.
It reminds me of like people on the road when you're driving. Like you try to put on your blinker way ahead of time, and people just want to be in. Do the unexpected. Lazy driver, take your wheel and shake your vehicle. Left, right, left, right. They'll get the hell right out of your way.
I do this very tactic, especially when somebody's tailing me, like just riding my ass. Not in a good way. It's just like shake it.
Someone's riding me when I'm driving, I'll always slow down for like a while, you know, at least 30 seconds or so. Just slow down so they actually get closer to me. And if they don't go around me, I just punch it. Just like without speaking, it's communicating, get the F off of my ass.
Well, here's a courteous tip. If you're driving in the lane on the freeway, don't pull over into the lane left of you if you're not going to go faster than the car that was already in front of you. I see people do that. They'll pull right over in front of me, and they're not moving any faster than the car that they were behind, and all they do is slow me down. So what is the point of doing that? Be courteous. Just in every way, be courteous on the road. Be considerate, and keep your eyes on the road. Anticipate what other people are going to do. It can save you from accidents.
I agree. Less aggressive driving overall. If you need buttermilk for a cake recipe and you don't have any, a good substitute is 1 cup of milk and 1 tablespoon of vinegar. Let it sit for 5 minutes, and it's pretty good for a substitute.
Yes, it curdles the milk. If you let it sit long enough, it'll actually turn into buttermilk.
What was it? Oh heck, I pushed the button. What was it? If you act really excited to see someone, they'll be more inclined to act excited to see you.
And then you're both lying.
Okay, here's one. If what was it? If you're being stalked and they come up close, then you go down, you bend over to the ground and eat grass because they'll think you're great.
Oh, wow. Steve Martin that if he carries a lot of money on him, he pees his pants first. So nobody will come near him. That's what that reminded me of.
Sloths climb down trees to poop. They poop on the ground. They will not poop in the tree.
That's true, like once a month, isn't it?
Yes, and sloths are better swimmers than they are climbers.
I'll be back. Dusty wants to go for another walk.
Walk every day. Do some form of exercise every day if you can. Lowers your stress levels and all kinds of other good stuff. So do it for yourself. Love yourself enough to do that for yourself. Straight up.
Always be vigilant while playing Pokemon Go to avoid a skinned knee injury. Always take in consideration when you download an app that makes you walk. You might be clocking in 30 kilometers in a week.
You need a co-pilot to make sure you don't trip with that game. OMG. I saw groups of people do that in my town like just yesterday, and it was just like really life lesson learned. Don't expect an app is going to give you a sense, community and exercise when before you might have sat on your ass playing video games all day. It is not a substitute. Just saying.
No, it is not. But Pokemon Go is actually pretty fun and addictive. And yes, it does make you get up and walk because the new update, if you're going over 20 miles an hour, the app shuts itself off. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, that's probably what Dave is going. Dusty wants to go for another walk. Nah, he wants to play some Pokemon Go.
I have lost 4 kgs playing Pokemon Go since it came out. Thank you very much. Cody, shush. My advice is do not run while playing Pokemon Go. Also, always power up your Pokemon before evolving them.
What the hell are you talking about?
Catch every Pokemon you see, every Pokemon, and then crack a lucky egg and evolve so many rats and so many birds.
Cody, I think I might have cut you off. I just want to get a video of people do a Pokemon thing. It's just so funny to watch. I hate to say that. Sorry, guys.
Are we really going to go there? Our life lessons. We're going to talk about Pokemon tips.
They're crucial, even if they're, especially if they're helping you lose weight, Cheryl, and they're actually getting you out. It made me talk to people in real life.
I see how that might happen. Like you go, like I swear I saw like a Pokemon party, like where everybody went out together to like find the Pokemon, whatever. And so I can understand how it could maybe get people together, but come on, like really, we need an app. We need an app to do this for us. A game app. I don't know. I just don't quite understand. But hey, whatever. Bygones be bygones or something. All right, back into digging deep, guys. We only got about maybe 10 minutes of this stuff to share. What else do you have? What other awesomeness do you have buried within that you want to share?
Never trust a fart.
Nice. True that. Yes. She went there. Awesome.
If something looks pretty in the forest, don't eat it. It's most likely poisonous.
Don't stress. Do everything you can to be happy and not stress. Your body will thank you. People around you might too.
There are 2 types of stress. Good stress and bad stress. They have many different names. Good stress moves you along. It gives you meaning in a way. Makes you productive. Bad stress, it whittles away at your health. You become sick. Your immune system fails.
Cody, spot on. I've heard of the good stress that's called eustress. EU. I don't know, like euphoric stress, eustress, and I heard that's the thing that the stress towards like accomplishment and your dreams and stuff like that. Yeah.
Gentlemen, sit down when you urinate. It's much more sanitary, and you'll be happy when your prostate swells and It's not a big difference for you to sit down.
Good to know, David. I guess. I guess we wouldn't know until we were there, so to speak. Oh man. We are not promised tomorrow. Since death alone is certain. Well, I can't really read this, but all right. So someone said this, but I'm gonna cheat here real quick. Since death alone is certain, and the time of death uncertain, what should we do?
This is legitimate. This may seem like a joke, but this is a legitimate life lesson learned, and it changed my life. 2 parts. Invest in a squatty potty. The way that you sit down on a toilet to relieve yourself is stressful on your anus and causes hemorrhoids. Squatting is a more natural position and it's more comfortable. It's like a little step stool. Also, poopery. It can save you from an embarrassing experience. Poopery saves you from shitty situations.
So Cody, I've been using a toilet like for 40-something years. Just a regular toilet. I've never had a hemorrhoid.
I have. I've had many. You must be blessed with good veins.
I think part of that is eating stuff that doesn't make you have to stress so much to do that. Like yogurt and such. It helps it along, so to speak. This is so TMI, but yes.
Yes, probiotics are very good for you. But it's stressful on your anus.
Maybe you need more water and more fiber, and maybe some tea. There's some tea out there that helps.
Oh, I had the surgery.
Is this being broadcast? Damn.
Yeah, it might be. Just a bit. This, this time it's actually broadcast in 2 places. Hangouts on Air, which will be YouTube, and Facebook. Yeah, I'm testing out the live stream, Facebook live stream, and it seems to be working. Like, it's kind of cool. I might actually do this again.
The proctologist is much like the dentist. They will make you hold things open.
If you clench your fist really hard, you don't have a gag reflex.
There's a pressure point in your earlobe that if you squeeze or put a toothpick on, you can stop tooth pain instead of using Novocaine.
Nice. You have to remember that one. My teeth are fine right now, so I'm grateful.
I know this. Very nice, very nice. My name Bobby. I am from Germany. Make a joke.
And that was something. If it's raining outside and you have elephant ears, you can actually put one on your head and use it as an umbrella. It also occurred to me that not many people know that elephant ears are a plant, much like a lotus.
It's the philodendron family, isn't it?
Yeah, the water collects in small bead-like pearls and just slides off.
Sorry, can you speak English, please? I don't understand.
if you're in a survival situation and you need to prevent scurvy and you're in like a conifer forest, you can actually make a tea out of pine needles, and it will give you your daily vitamin C.
Bring a dog with you on a hiking trip if you don't have a person to go with you, because dogs have been known to actually remember the trail, the way back to civilization. So if there's anything that were to happen to you, they could actually find their way back to your car and to people. It's been known to happen. So, especially if they really care about you, they'll do everything and they'll find a way.
If you lose your dogs out anywhere, leave a item like a garment of clothing. That's what a garment is, right? And they'll return to it, and they'll just stay there by it, and you can go back and pick them up the next day. Petting an animal daily can really help lower stress.
Book that I didn't finish. Just one little takeaway. The author had mentioned something about the fact that you can cancel any negative thought, just like you would hit the escape button on your keyboard. So you have a potentially negative thought, or not a higher self thought, or whatever it might be, just a negative thought that comes up, and they happen. Remember, this shit, all we do is think, all day. That's the human brain. Just cancel that, and it basically just disappears. It's pretty cool. Little tip and trick that I learned along the way. Works pretty well. Anything we could possibly be afraid of doing is simply something we haven't done or experienced enough times to be comfortable with yet. I've learned to remove the word should, from my vocabulary, or at least check myself when I think to myself, it should be this way. They should have done that. It just creates a whole lot of suffering, because basically you're resisting what is, and it's just not cool, not helpful. You can have good expectations for yourself. You should do certain things for yourself, but when you're looking into the outside world and you're saying things should be a certain way, the reality is they're not. So don't do that.
Always take care of your teeth, because you only have one set of them.
I got two of them. Prepare your own food. It'll benefit you in more ways than just financially, health-wise too. So prepare your own food. And secondly, don't pay somebody to do a job for you that you can do yourself. You learn a lot of things by just doing, and then you have that under your belt, and it grows as you age. You learn more and more. You can do more and more.
So in other words, be broke for a while so you can't possibly afford to pay someone to do something for you. And you'll learn a lot. Okay. Not exactly what you were intending to from that, but okay. That's what I got out of it. Thanks, David.
Oh, I didn't say be broke. No, I'm saying you can actually save money by preparing your own food.
Yeah, I got the food part for sure. It's the other part. Essentially, if you don't have money to pay someone to do stuff for you, you're gonna learn a lot.
Yeah, it could be interpreted that way, I guess.
Never give up on your dreams. Make a little bit of progress every day. It is the motivation that will get you there. Plant that seed and water it. Keep watering it every day. Eventually it'll become a big, great, magnificent tree with fruit.
Laughing is very important and it should be done daily, if not hourly, if not minutely.
Minutely, I like that. I'm gonna quote you on that word, minutely. Kimberly, the coiner of the word minutely.
Minutely.
Okay, any final thoughts? I think we're getting pretty close to being good to go here. I'm really proud of you guys. You did it. There's still some time left if you want to throw your last 2 cents in, But wow, what a rush. That was awesome, guys. Carry on. Wrap this up in a minute.
If you have an insect in your ear, you flush it out with water. Just like tilt your head and pour water into your ear and it will flush it out. And yeah, and I hope it never happens to you.
You do not need to kill a fly, a bug, or whatever that's in your house. Normally, if you just have a clear plastic jar or a glass jar or glass, just a regular glass, the wider the better. You simply just slowly come down over the fly or whatever it is. It doesn't even know you're there. Essentially, it flies to the side. The wider it is, the easier it is to catch. And then you simply just put something under that. Hopefully they were on a flat surface. You put like a manila folder or something under there, catch it, give it a chance to move. Don't cut off any legs when you're doing that. And then just flip it over, take it outside, and usually it will. If it's a glass, they won't be able to get out easily because they're in a glass. They're slipping. They can't crawl up the sides. So I would recommend a regular glass. Really cool. So you save a life, you feel better. It's easy to do, And yeah.
If you run out of personal lubricant, olive oil is a fine substitute.
Wah, 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 wah.
Yes, mother, I'll mow the lawn.
All right. I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up. You guys, you're incredible. Keep being you. This program rocks when people like you show up and, yeah, just show up. That's awesome. That's what makes you guys special. So I just want to say I love you guys. Thanks again for being a part of this. I'm going to wrap up week 121, OHC, our life lessons learned. We are going to get into, in a moment here, the voting for next week's topic. There is a slight chance that I might not be here, and if I am, it's going to be like live streaming from somewhere in Philadelphia, because there's a chance I might head up there. Yeah. So yeah, let's come up with something good here. Give us something good